we're going to talk about the Constitution a little bit. And the reason I'm on here is, to begin with, is I see a lot of these senators and congressmen and stuff talking about gun control. So basically that's what we're kind of talking about. even back when they had the Oklahoma City bombing, which no gun was used, there was an outcry for more gun laws. It didn't make sense, but it's no surprise. People have lost touch with reality and the Constitution. They want to strip America and the right to keep and bear arms. They forget what gun registration and confiscation produced elsewhere, like Hitler, when they had to squash his opposition over there. Ah, jeez. Firearms are tools in a free society, in case you don't know that. They maintain the balance of power between government and the citizens who give the government its authority. When people have no firepower to back up their wishes, government can run amok. That's why the Founding Fathers wrote the law. Yeah, but something else here too. I mean, not only is there firearms used to balance the power in the United States, the American people will be pretty much maybe the first line of defense or maybe the last line of defense if we are ever invaded. That would give the Army and Marines and the Air Force and everybody, may buy them enough time to get their act together and turn the enemy back. Very, very important to every American that owns guns right now. That's why they have them. There's always this insecurity in the United States, and always has been, ever since the British were here. Nothing's changed. And as far as the government trying to pass any more laws, you tell them people to go to hell. The Second Amendment to the United States Constitution ratifies and preserves for every citizen the right to keep and bear arms, and moreover, that Congress or any other instrument of the federal government is constitutionally barred from infringing upon that right. You can take this Constitution, people, and you can tell them people to shove their gun laws up their behind that they're sitting on. There's not one single gun law that's ever protected a citizen in this United States. Gun laws are a piece of paper. They can't protect you from anything. And even the Supreme Court said that the police aren't obligated to protect you. You're on your own. One of the things I keep seeing here lately, they're really after the FBI and they're after our guns. And if you look at the goals, you follow the progress with the Handy Communist Checklist, which was read into congressional records. I keep bringing that up. But it was read into congressional records January 10th, 1963. Why did I bring it up? Okay, one thing, they want the guns. Period. They want the guns. They want America disarmed. Number 2 in this list, as soon as I find it, oh yeah, right there. Let me zoom in here. Discredit and eventually dismantle the FBI. Now, he wrote down Waco, but there's been a lot more than Waco. You know, I hated to hear that, you know, somebody got hurt and that somebody even used a firearm. But they would have used a car with gasoline, anything. If you want to hurt somebody, you're going to do it. Period. Here's something, you know, discredit the American Founding Fathers, present them as selfish aristocrats who had no concern for the common man. That's how Clinton was discrediting Thomas Jefferson. Support any socialist movement. People, this ain't something that somebody just wrote up out of the blue. Like I said, it came from the congressional records. It was read into it. Now, the poor FBI, and I don't like them anyway, but the idea that they're trying to destroy America, totally destroy and discredit the FBI, trying to take away more of our firearms. Well, the more they can take away, there's less that they have to worry about. And just because these things are what they're not called sporting, now they're going to use every damn thing in their book that they can to take away the firearms, but they are constitutionally barred from doing that. The idea that maybe they could try to use it because of security or welfare or something like that, they can go to hell. There's not one clause in the Constitution that says that they're allowed to do that. None. None. They talk about, well, that kid, he was wacko. He's always messing with, hurting animals and stuff. Okay, people. I'll tell you where, you want to talk about weirdness. Well, this was this Lampard raid, okay, and this was back in 94, 95. In May 24th, 95. You had an ATF agent going in here. Agent Donna Slusher stomped a baby kitten to death in front of these people's eyes. The other ones, well, after they broke up Harry's medication, put it on the floor, her cats got into it and they died. Her cats died. They don't talk to us about, lunacy, because it's right in the federal government. Now we've got to get some common sense in here. I'm sorry for the deaths of those kids, if that's what really happened. Another thing that bothered me is, well, they had code reds and they had fire drills. All right, there had to have been some kind of a monitor there too. If they can't send something home with these kids, let them know that, if they're going to have a drill or something, so the parents can show up with guns to protect those kids. Like I said, the police are not obligated to protect them. You are. And they're trying to take the guns away from you. Now, this Constitution of the United States, and I remember I was talking about, well, they don't have the authority to take away your firearms or anything like that. I want you to look here. This is Article 6. This is the supreme law of the land. This Constitution and the laws of the United States, which shall be made in pursuant thereof, and all treaties made, under the authority of the United States, shall be the supreme law of the land, and the judges in every state shall be bound thereby. Anything in the Constitution of laws. Now, if it's not, if it conflicts with the Constitution, then that is null and void. You remind your congressmen and senators about that. When you call them up or you talk to them, and for God's sake, get off of your damn ass and get a hold of these people. Your ass is in this thing just as much as everybody else's is. You want to end up in a FEMA camp? Start using your head. Can't you see what's going on in the world? Now, the communists want your guns. They want to discredit the FBI, and who knows who else wants to get them out of the way. But they really want your guns in the worst way, and they want the FBI gone. Now, if you do away with all the gun laws that don't work, and do away with the background checks that don't work, then that will give the FBI and all these other agencies more time to do what they were intended to do. I'm going to stop rambling here. I'm just really pissed off. But I'm telling you what, people. Read your Constitution. Find out what it's about. Find out what it's about. Because if you don't know your rights, you don't have any. A lot of people died protecting this. A lot of people took oaths when they went into the service. It's all right here. This is what they're trying to protect. They're protecting your way of life. Act like it means something to you and read it. Thanks for listening.